Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, hi. How are you, Jaman?
Fine, oh, I'm fine.
You have to pay.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Eric,
Oh, I think probably network is disconnected. Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, but it's cracking a little bit. Are you trouble? You're muted.
So fine for not being here. I still fine.
I'm very
I'll
sorry
mute
you.
myself.
The network yesterday was not favorable at all.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Rob, I'm hearing you.
I said you have to pay fine for not being present yesterday.
I said, please forgive me. Oh,
No,
yesterday
no.
network.
See, wait. There is a difference between forgiveness and paying fine for not coming. We will forgive you. Well, after you pay the fine, we will forgive you, okay?
Uh, okay. So what is my fine?
The fine is that have you done your assignment and you are going to be the first to present today?
Oh, Babu, the yesterday's assignment.
See now, you didn't even bother to find out what we did yesterday. So that
No,
is another.
no, I found out. I found out from the master method. That's what I'm saying. Is it about the yesterday's assignment, right?
Yes. So you are going to be the first to present today. That is your fine.
From I will try.
Yeah, good fine, eh?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so it's already time. Where are the devotees? You still want to call them?
I'm dropping. I've already dropped the link. Let's just give them some few minutes.
Okay. Guru Shakti Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Nana Pranam, you are welcome. Thank you for being early.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Right. Hare Krishna, Stephen Govinda. Are you there? Stephen Govinda.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, don't ever pronounce.
How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
You came late.
Yes, actually.
Tell me why you came late. I want to know. I'm just inquisitive.
Well, I went to a meeting last night and a whole lot have been happening throughout the weekend.
Okay.
Actually, yeah.
It's all right.
But
no excuse for the assignment, Abby.
yes, I was able to go through some of the chapters and I was able to, grasp something.
Okay. So no excuse for the assignment.
I hope so.
No excuse for the assignment. I think so.
I hope so.
So you are not sure. Means that you have not done.
Yes, actually, I was supposed to go through the purport, but actually, I just touched the main verses. But I know there's a lot in the purport that after the class I'll be able to tune all the nectars from those purports.
I can bet you will not even tune on after the class. I can bet you with $10,000 you will not tune on. Because if you cannot tune on sincerity now, are you telling me that when there's no assignment for you to do, that's when you are going to carry it and start reading it? It's not possible.
Yes.
Assignment is to encourage us to go and read. So if that one enough is not enough to encourage us to read, then what is going to encourage us to read? Don't answer the question. Then I will be pleased. I will be peaceful.
Yes.
If the assignment did not turn us on to read, then tell me what will turn us on to read.
Actually, sometimes depending on the mood or the circumstances that is happening around me, sometimes I spontaneously go through the purport, but sometimes there's as I was saying yesterday, sometimes the drama get thick and the enthusiasm is not there, but somehow or that you have to try and study something. So it changes. It's a balance that I'm trying to go like.
Fine.
Yes.
Now your friend is the temple president in Mediano, so you can now talk to him about what we discussed the other time. You understand?
Yes, Prabhu. I've already discussed that with him.
So what did he say?
Yeah, he's also in agreement. But
very good.
Unfortunately, there are so many challenges I've seen there that I'm trying to find the right approach. Like yes, it's not as easy as that. Unfortunately, it's something that individually we have to decide. So. I'm still thinking about it, and I'm hoping that Krishna will direct me the right thing to do.
That is material world. Material world is always like that, up and down.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, very true.
Jaman, tell me who are we waiting for? It's already 15 minutes past time. Is your master me there or you are not there?
I'm here, Prabhu.
So who are we waiting for?
Nobody, Prabhu, you can start, please. I've already distributed the link.
Okay. Magiana Timiranda Siagananda Shalakaya Shaksho Minitaniana Tasmai Shigaravena. Shishitanya Mano Vistam Stapitanyana Butanisayam Rupakadama Dadati Sukodantikam. Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yuktapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Chashri Rupasagradata Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam. Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijanastaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padasagana. Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitam Chaye Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapati. Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasu Tapta Kanchana Gorangira Devrindavani Vishabhanu Devi Pranamabhyat. Vanchakapatarubyascha kripa sindhubhya vachapatitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. You are welcome to today's section. So I will start by saying we should turn on our camera. We are not impersonalists, we are personalists. Let's see our faces. Okay. Turn on your camera if you're there. I want to see your face. Thank you, Gora Shakti Prabhu. I like to see people's face, to know what they are doing behind the cameras. Yes. Very good. Yes, Stephen Govinda. Yamastami, what are you doing? Why are you taking a long time to open your camera? Are you there?
Yes, Prabhu, I want to stay where there's light. I want to come to the place there's light. So this place is not bright.
No problem, even though if it's not bright. If you want it, at least we can see you behind the camera, then you cannot do any other thing again.
Okay, Prabhu. You see me now. Keep each other.
Okay. You know, when you people on camera, then they are forced to be attentive. If your camera is off, you can do anything. Like you can even go and serve yourself food in the kitchen and start eating, and nobody will know that you are not there. or you can lie down and want to sleep. You know, you can do anything you like behind your camera. You know, but when you on your camera, you cannot do any other thing. You just have to be attentive.
Yes,
okay, Jamasami, thank you for on the camera. So let's start. You are going to start. What is it? You promise.
Okay. So, from what I heard yesterday, you said we should give a summary on chapter 6, text 46 and 47.
Okay. I said they should discuss about what happened to an unsuccessful yogi. Going deep into the purport and giving detailed explanation. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, so I will say that I didn't really have time to really digest the whole purpose because the last purport was very, very long. So yesterday I was very much occupied. So I will try. I will stop here.
Wait. Well, when did you get the information?
After the Chandamani Mahatmya's lecture, that's when I had this.
That was what time? That was what time?
Around 7 p.m. or so.
7 p.m. That is your time yesterday.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Yes.
Why it took you a long time from morning to evening before you got the information from
the mama told me about it, and she said she was going to give me the assignment. But two of us got caught up with Maharaj class. So I later reminded her that she should give me the stuff, but she was on the road. So she had to first reach the temple before she settled and give me the assignment.
Okay. Okay, yes, go ahead. Whatever you can share, please.
Okay. So, well, Hare Krishna devotees, please forgive me if I'm making any mistakes. I'll just try my best. Hare Krishna. So, Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 is talking about Dhyana Yoga. And then text 46, it's here, it's explaining that a yogi is greater than any other class, any other worker, whether it's an empiricist or a fruitive worker or any other thing. A yogi is far greater than them all. Then in the purport, Srila Prabhupada was explaining that a yogi is greater than all this, but still that the highest form of all yogi is a bhakti yogi, someone practicing bhakti yoga. The bhakti yoga is the highest form of all yoga, which he said that it will be very much explained in the next chapter, which is chapter 47. So then going down to chapter 47, Krishna himself also says it, that one who is performing all the... Sorry, text 47. Yes. Text 47, Krishna himself said it that one who is engaged in all this yogi and is also completely surrendered unto him with his transcendental loving service, that he is the most intimately united with him. So that person is the highest. So here Srila Prabhupada is now breaking down the whole chapter here in this last text, that Bhakti yoga is the essence of yoga system, is the highest level of all yoga system. There are grades of yoga system. The one whereby we start from fruitive work without receiving any personal gain in it. Then from there, we improve to where we start the meditation upon the Brahman and everything inside within. Then from there, we climb up the other one. Sorry, I can't remember those names, but the highest of them all is Bhakti yoga. And when one gets to this platform, there's no way you can be doing other yogas without surrendering yourself in full loving service to the Lord, because that is the purpose we are actually made for. We are part and parcel of Krishna, and we should always be here to render service unto him. So, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Gora Shakti Prabhu, you have something to present based on our discussion yesterday.
Hare Krishna,
leave your video on. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please.
Yes, I was to present a yogi who fails, an unsuccessful yogi. So,
please, thank you. Go ahead. Yes, that is it. Yeah.
Yes. So, for an unsuccessful yogi, we have two kinds of unsuccessful yogis. The first is an unsuccessful yogi, a yogi who did not practice for a very long time.
Very good.
That for a short time. So, what happens to him is that he is sent to a higher planet. He's sent to higher planets and then live a long life there, and then sent back to this planet. And is going to take birth, and he takes birth in a rich family, a Brahma Vaishnava family. And so you get some assets in order to enhance his devotional service. That is, this is expressed in verse 41 of chapter 6. So when when you go further to 42, verse 42 of chapter 6, so we see what is explained there is a fallen devotee. I mean, the one who practiced for a long time because before falling. So what happens to him is that instead of going first to a higher planet, immediately he takes birth in a transcendentalist family, and then with this he has a good education, and then this enables him immediately to continue and go further than what he did in his last life and the precedent life. Though in aggregate, all this is to this birth in a rich family or transcendentalist family is an asset for the fallen devotee and to go up to pure devotional service so as to go back to Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Guru Shakti Prabhu. You answered my
Hare.
question.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what I want. Want also dive into the main point in this in the scripture. So thank you for going through it and explaining to us. Ananga Majari, Ananga Moini Mataji. Are you hiding behind the camera or you are in the class? On your video. Are you there, Ananga Moini? Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah. What is going on?
I'll on it in a minute, please.
Okay, good. Thank you. So whenever we come into the class, please let us on our video if our network is good. Okay, that is one of the classroom logs. Okay. Stephen Govinda Prabhu, please go ahead and give your own presentation.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. So on these verses of chapter of Dhyana Yoga, chapter 36 to 47. Yeah. So in the first chapter, Arjun was exhibiting his lamentation about.
Are you summarizing the chapter or you are summarizing the one I gave you yesterday?
The one you gave me yesterday. Yes. So on that verse, verse 36, Arjun was exhibiting his lamentation about an unsuccessful yogi, someone who has taken the path of self-realization, but along the way, bewildered by the worldly minded or some kind of distraction. So first of all, Krishna assured him that on this path of self-realization, there's nothing like lost. So even if someone is unsuccessful, he's still on the better side. And Krishna went further to explain to him that in case someone becomes unsuccessful on this spiritual path, upon leaving the body, he takes birth in the higher planets. Like, let's say he takes a body of, let's say, a celestial body or a terrestrial body to enjoy on that particular planet for a certain number of years and then take birth again on Earth. But this time, take birth in aristocratic family or a Brahmana family or a rich family or some high-ranked family like the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas to take.
Where did you get that one? Where did you get that one? I didn't see that one there. Oh. That he takes birth in the Kshatriya or Brahmana. I didn't see that. Oh. Are you concocting your own? That was what was mentioned there. Oh.
Yes. He didn't mention that, but
you are zooming.
These are higher birth. So he takes birth to revive his divine consciousness and make rapid progress on this path. And he goes on to say that Actually, there's nothing like loss on this part. We are still on the safer side and on the winning side.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Malaika Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu, are you ready to give us some presentation? Yes, please go ahead, Prabhu. We gave assignments to everyone yesterday.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Jai Prabhu, Hare Krishna. You're welcome. Please go ahead. All glories to you.
Thank you. I think that time, I think it was on 46 and 47.
Okay, that is one of them. Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, according to the Gita, 6, 46 and 47. It's like Krishna was explaining so many things to Arjuna, but Arjuna was in doubt, and in fact, Arjuna presented so many things to Krishna as to why he cannot fight. But then Krishna explained so many things also. So in this case, the unsuccessful yogi, there is even assurance for the unsuccessful yogi that anybody who take this path in devotional service, there will be no loss, whatever the case may be. But it's only that when the person is unsuccessful, Krishna, by his own arrangement, gives another chance for the devotee, either in that particular lifetime or in the next. So if it is in the next life, the person can appear in a religious family or in an aristocratic family, whereby he can continue from where he fell from his previous devotional service. So in conclusion, it means there's no loss in this part. So we only have to be serious and continue to perform our devotional service or our sadhana, so that at the end of our lifetime, we can get a better place. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Ananga Moini, you are there? You know I'm going to call you, so you are smiling. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Do your own presentation. You are talking, we are not hearing you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandava
So
Pranam.
you are praying so that I will forget. No, I will not forget.
Prabhu has done it much.
Please give your own presentation. The way you are moving your head shows that you are not prepared for it. But we are ready for you. So please go ahead.
Prabhu, you gave 2 questions yesterday, but the first one you talked about what happened to unsuccessful yogi.
Yes.
I don't know what I would say. Maybe the
Before
story
you start speaking, did you read it? Did you read?
I did not read on that one. I did not even read on anyone, but I just want to.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't waste our time. Since you have not read, don't waste our time. Let's continue. Because if you did not read, you speculate, then you waste our time. No need. Thank you. Are you there? You were not in a class yesterday? Are you prepared? Did you find out what we did yesterday?
I understand, but with the way people are discussing,
Benin network is always very poor. What did they happen for Benin? Now network not they strong. Good nature.
Maybe he can turn off his video because their network is not that strong there.
I don't know why their network, even the time, what about that devotee you used to come? What is his name?
Chintamani.
Is it Chitamani?
Yes.
Where is he, man? He doesn't come again.
Yes, he said his phone got spoiled and he hasn't been able to get another one yet.
And he's staying in the same temple with Guneshwar.
Guneshwar, yes.
Guneshwar, if that man is not there.
He's no longer in the temple. He has gone home.
Oh, that serious man, he also quote verses.
Yes.
Yes.
What happened?
I don't know. Just one day he said he wants to go and work. He said he wants to go and look for work. He wants to work. Say he needs money.
Okay. Not easy. Spiritual life, not easy. It's okay. It's good. It's a young devotee, so you need to work. At least you already understand the philosophy. So when you understand the philosophy, you try to use it to balance your life. That is why we are doing all this thing. It's okay. Okay, let's continue without wasting so much of our time. Where did we stop yesterday? We stopped at
chapter 36.
36?
Or 35, yes.
It's not 36, so. Is it 36?
35.
35.
We
Yeah.
35.
We finished 35, so we are going to 36.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, let's continue from there. Okay. So Krishna here already answered Arjuna that the mind can be controlled, but we need a suitable practice and detachment. And yesterday we read, who can give us the answer? What is the suitable practice that Krishna Prabhupada explained in the purport? If you still remember, what is the suitable practice? Somebody want to remind us?
Hare Krishna, I can remember.
Yes.
The practice is hearing about Krishna.
Hearing about Krishna.
Yes.
That is the treatment. And what is the other one?
Eating prasadam.
And eating prasadam. That is the diet.
Yes.
The diet is eating prasadam, and the treatment is hearing about Krishna.
There's constant hearing and eating of prasadam. Constant. The word constant is very important.
The word constant. Thank you very much for adding that word. The constant hearing about Krishna. Shivata Swakata Krishna Punya Shavanam Kirtana. Ridiyata sto here Badrani Vidu Notice Risatam. So it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Just by hearing about Krishna, all those dirty things that are in our hearts will be removed. So the treatment is hearing about Krishna. Constant hearing, like Balalila Prabhu mentioned. Constant Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, constant hearing about Krishna is the treatment of our conditioned life. That is, if you want to be liberated, if you want to be free from this conditioning life, we have to constantly hear about Krishna every day. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, that is the treatment. Then take Krishna Prasadam. Krishna, it's easier to take Krishna Prasadam. Constant hearing, we may be struggling. But to eat prasadam, we are very comfortable with that. Even that also sometimes is very difficult because you want to buy bread, you want to buy biscuits, you want to buy, you want to eat all kinds of things. So sometimes also we compromise. So, but if you have taken a serious vow that you will eat only Krishna prasadam, then you find it very difficult to, buy anything outside also. So we should take note of this. So constant hearing about Krishna and eating prasadam. That is the remedy that Prabhupada gave. So we have to take note of that. That is why I said, you see, I gave assignments 2 times. We thank Krishna that some devotees attempted yesterday and were able to give some presentation today. But I gave the assignment for 1 week. And, not many devotees were able to, really carry out the assignment, which shows that we are not doing constant hearing. It's just a sign that we are so busy with so many other things, and there's no time for hearing about Krishna to some extent. So we have to try as much as possible to imbibe the lifestyle of at least reading 1 hour or 2 hours a day. At least 1 hour or 2 hours a day. Very, very important. If some of you don't want to, you are finding it difficult to read, go to some of these devotee websites or pages where you can buy these audio books. We have all these our books that are to be put into audio. You can just pay some money and you get them. So you can relax on your bed and you'll be playing the book and you'll be hearing. You know, it make it easy for you to swallow like that. So you can look, even nowadays you can find some of the audio book in YouTube. Go and look for them. If you find it difficult to read, go on YouTube, look for audio books and see how you can just click and relax and be listening to it. But most important thing is that we have to listen, we have to hear about Krishna every day. That is the treatment Prabhupada recommended. Because Krishna says it's possible, Prabhupada gave out this recommendation. Okay, so let's continue from 36. Asamyatmanam yogo dusprapa itime matihi vasyatmana tu yatata shakyo vaptum upayataha. Translation: for one whose mind is unbridled, self-realization is difficult work. But he whose mind is controlled and who strives by appropriate means is assured of success. That is my opinion. And Krishna's opinion is the highest opinion. There is no any other opinion superior to Krishna's opinion in this universe. So if Krishna said, this is my opinion, there is no alternative. Okay? So Krishna said, one whose mind is unbridled. Self-realization is what? Difficult work. Now let us do some work. Somebody check the meaning of unbridled in the dictionary. Go on Google and put the word unbridled there. Sometimes when you see a word you don't understand the direct meaning, you can check it so that you can understand what Krishna is saying. Go into the Google dictionary, check the meaning of unbridled. What is the meaning? You can read it.
Uncontrolled or unconstrained.
Unstable mind.
Unstable mind, uncontrolled, or
Unconstrained.
what is it?
Unconstrained.
I didn't get that word properly. What is unconstrained? I don't understand.
Let me say it again.
The unrestricted mind.
Uncontrolled or unconstrained.
Okay, unrestrained. Is it restrained or constrained?
Constrained is what they use here. Sorry.
Okay, uncontrolled. Yes. So Krishna is here saying one whose mind is uncontrolled, self-realization is difficult work. Are you getting the point? So all of us, we are on the part of,
yes,
we are in devotional service. We are on the part of self-realization. So our primary objective is to control our mind, because Krishna is saying here very clearly, if you don't learn to control your mind, then self-realization is difficult work. It will be very difficult for you to practice spiritual life. Very, very difficult. But he whose mind is controlled and who strives by appropriate means is assured of success. That is my opinion. So if you follow the process that Srila Prabhupada has given us, chanting is minimum of 60 rounds every day, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita every day. This is the process that Srila Prabhupada has given us. Then Krishna is saying, we are assured of success. Even Prabhupada told us also that if you follow these my principles, keeping 4 regulated principles, chanting minimum of 16 rounds, reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam every day, you are sure of success. So let's read the purport. Someone read the purport. It's a very short purport.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead declares that one who does not have the proper treatment to detach the mind from material engagement can hardly achieve success in self-realization. Trying to engage the mind in material enjoyment. is like trying to ignite a fire through is a waste of time. Such a show of yoga may be materially lucrative, but it is useless as far as spiritual realization is concerned. Therefore, one must control the mind by engaging it constantly in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Unless one is engaged in Krishna consciousness, he cannot steadily control the mind. A Krishna conscious person easily achieves the result of yoga practice without separate endeavor. But a yoga practitioner cannot achieve success without becoming Krishna conscious. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhupada say, trying to practice yoga while engaging the mind in material enjoyment is like trying to ignite a fire while pouring water on it. The fire will never be ignited. So it means that, and also Prabhupada say, sense enjoyment or sense gratification and spiritual life go ill together. So if we really want to make tangible spiritual progress or tangible spiritual advancement on the part of devotional service, we have to understand that sense enjoyment is detrimental to our spiritual health. We have to understand this very deeply. But many of us, we are not convinced, yes. We are still thinking, oh, these people, I beg, you know, they are saying their own. Me, I already map out how I'm going to do my thing, you know. Make they take it easy, eh? Some people are like that. They want to, they speak like this. You know, they will go and talk to their friend. You will not know. They will tell them. I remember some devotee will tell you, I beg Jari, I want you want to enjoy that. I don't want to go back this lifetime. Eh? Such person, you go and associate with that person, you are finishing your own spiritual life. Because he's already made up his mind that he's not going anywhere. So if you go to join that kind of person, it will drag you. Two of you will be grounded. You'll be grounded because he already made up his mind that he's going nowhere. Okay. I remember one devotee one time, they were observing a Ekadasi. He said, what is all this austerity, Jari? They say we should not do this, we should not do that. Again, they say we should not eat rice on one day. Now, wow, it's too much. Yeah, go eat too. You go and share with such devotee, you are going nowhere. He will ground you with himself. You are going nowhere. You know, it's just like when you put a crab. When you put crab inside a container, you don't need to cover that container. Just leave the container open. The crab will not allow themselves to go out. As this one is going out, the other one will be grabbing it down. They will be dragging themselves inside the container. They will not escape. So a devotee who have already made strong determination that they want to enjoy material life. There are some devotee like that. You go and share with your devotee, your own spiritual life also is spoiled. So because the scripture I've mentioned it again and again, that trying to gratify our senses and practice spiritual life is like you're trying to ignite fire and you are pouring water on it. The fire will never be ignited. So we have to understand, for us to control our mind, we have to be serious, following the principle that is given to us by Srila Prabhupada. At least follow the 4 regulative principles and chant minimum of 16 rounds every day. Minimum of 16 rounds every day. How many of us chant 16 rounds every day? Just indicate by showing your hand emoji. If you tell lie, Krishna will slap you. Don't tell lie. I will invoke the spirit of Krishna to give a spiritual slap if you tell lies. So if you are not chanting your 16 rounds, don't raise your hand. If you are chanting your 16 rounds, indicate by showing the emoji. Okay. Guru Shakti Prabhu, thank you for your encouragement. So it's okay. Others are not chanting, maybe some of them because they have not taken initiation. And for those who have taken initiation and those who are aspiring to take initiation,
you have to try to chant your 16 rounds every day. It's very, very important. You cannot be happy with material enjoyment. You don't need anybody to begin to convince you about that. We already know it. You see so many people who are making show of material enjoyment, you go close to them, they are miserable. We have met so many of them. I have so many big friends in Abuja. When I was in Abuja working in there, I have so many big friends. You will see them, they are driving flashy cars, they stay in a very, very posh house. You go close to them, they are miserable. They are not happy. They are looking for how to become happy. The only happiness they get is showing off. I tell you, showing off is the only happiness they get. Apart from that, they are not happy. So it's not just the scripture saying it, from realization. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that if really we want, it is happiness we are looking for, it's true by our spiritual practice we can derive this. When you're chanting your 16 rounds every day, following the 4 regulative principles, and at the same time, studying Srila Prabhupada's books, Prabhuji's and Mataji's. If any of you can try this for 1 month, you come and give me testimony after 1 month. You will see everything about your life will change. Everything. So we should know, we should prioritize those things that are going to give us ultimate happiness. We should prioritize them. Chanting our rounds, studying the spiritual books. These things are the way we are going to derive happiness. Even though now we don't have attachment for them, we don't have taste for them, but we should know that this is what is going to give us happiness. Because as long as the soul is not being felt, the soul does not eat your banku or eba or whatever food we eat. The soul doesn't eat that. The food of the soul is hearing the names of Krishna and hearing about the pastime of Krishna. As long as we don't feed the soul, we will not be happy. It's like starving the person inside the body. So here it is mentioned, Prabhupada clearly mentioned. Krishna's mentioned in the verse, and Prabhupada is emphasizing in the purport: sense enjoyment, uncontrolled mind, and spiritual life, you will not go anywhere. Prabhupada gave a very nice story of people who are going for a wedding. So they have to go to the wedding in the other side of the river. So they have already planned that, okay, all night they are going to follow the canoe so that by the following morning they will be at the wedding. But unfortunately for them, at that night, the boatman forgot to remove the anchor. So all night they were paddling. All night they were paddling. All night. Only for them to find themselves in the same place in the morning. So if we are not taking our spiritual life very serious by following the principle that Srila Prabhupada sets for us, it's like paddling the boat, and not removing the anchor. We are going nowhere. Okay. Any comment, question, contribution?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, I've been thinking of asking this question for some time now.
Please ask.
Sometimes, like for me, for instance, I've tasted a nectar of chanting, and I know how sweet it is and how it can become addictive. But sometimes the drama gets intense and the enthusiasm is gone. and you don't feel like chanting. So what is the procedure of staying on that consistency, that even though the enthusiasm is not there, but you must develop some attitude to continue to chant? Hare Krishna.
Based on what you are saying, if you have tasted the nectar of chanting, have you seen anybody who bites sugar cane and spit before? Have you seen somebody? You bite sugar cane and it's not possible. Once you bite the sugar cane, you swallow your spit. It's very sweet. Okay? So, if you truly...
that person is not sweet.
What is that?
As rotten, then you spit it.
Yeah, the real sugar cane is very sweet, you know. You cannot spit it out once biting it, you know. If you bite it, you just swallow it. Except if you bite the bad side, that is not good. That, like what Prabhu is saying. So what I'm trying to say is that if you have developed some taste in chanting before, and some of the other now you are struggling, or you are not chanting, it means that you are being offensive in your chanting. Because only offenses will make us to lose taste in chanting, especially if you have been chanting before. Okay? If you are chanting before and you give up chanting and you are not chanting again, it means that you are not being attentive in your chanting. You are being offensive in your chanting. And so gradually you will lose taste in chanting. Because Krishna will tolerate our sin. If you commit sin, you will have no problem. But if you commit Vaishnava Para, the only name will not tolerate us. Krishna will not tolerate us. So, but one thing about offensive chanting is that you have to struggle to chant more. Even if you are being offensive, try your best to chant more, because by chanting more, then gradually that taste will come back. It is given in Nectar of Instruction. I know we have read it. I don't know, maybe you have forgotten. Okay? That's somebody who have jaundice. What is the remedy? The remedy is sugarcane juice. The person who have jaundice, if he takes sugarcane juice in the beginning, it will be very bitter. But that is the cure. He has to continue to drink it until you start tasting sweet. So the same thing also. Once we see that we are having some challenges in chanting our rounds, or, you know, we are struggling to chant our rounds, we just have to, you know, give some time, set some side aside, try to chant more, because the Maya is testing us already. And then when you just relax, Maya will just be laughing at you. Very good. It's not serious. See, Krishna, I told you this guy is not serious. You were just showing me off before. See, I told you. You see, we don't catch him. You know, it's not serious. See, if he's serious, at least he will put some effort. Same, you see, he doesn't want to chant again. So Maya will just be laughing at you. So see, it's not serious. I told you that time he was just showing off, you see. I told you it's not serious. So we have to put more effort. Okay, because see, like I always tell people, we will always face some challenges on the part of devotional service or in our life, that we have to decide between devotional life, Maya or Krishna. So if we have not built a very strong foundation in spiritual life, there is no assurance that you will not give up Krishna consciousness. There is no assurance. No matter who you may be, there is no assurance. So that strong foundation is very, very important, because the strong foundation is what will make us to stand solid when the wind of Maya start blowing, hurricane of Maya blowing, you know, and this, because our foundation is very strong, we'll be able to withstand. So no matter whatever the challenges may be, in the morning, let's set some time for us to chant. Very, very important. chant your rounds. You know, make a vow that unless you finish your rounds, you will not eat. Immediately you do that, nobody will force you to chant. Immediately you wake up like this, you'll be thinking of food. I have to chant so that I can eat. You know, your mind will be alert. Make some serious determination to chant. So the more determination, the more effort we put, the more Krishna will help us. Okay? Are you okay with my answer?
Yes, Prabhu, very much, very much. There's more, but we will discuss that in the future.
No problem. It's good. We'll bring it up again and again. We'll answer your question, okay? Because this devotional service, this part of devotional service we are in, 99.9% of our advancement depend on chanting Hare Krishna mantra. If you're on the part of devotional service, you are not chanting. You are missing the real Krishna consciousness. You are missing it. Maybe due to the philosophy you have had, and so you have some enthusiasm going on. It's just like a car that's already the engine has stopped, but it's on a slopy ground. So it continues to move. But immediately that car reach end of the slopy ground and he has to climb. Then he will find it difficult because the engine is already off. It's very difficult for the car to continue because the engine is already off. But because it's on a slopy ground, it continues to move as if everything is okay. But once it starts facing the odds to climb the hill, there's no petrol again to move. The car will stop there, we stuck. So many times our spiritual life is on that kind of situation. Because of what we have done, we continue to move on. You know, we have some pliable faith. The faith is not very strong again. We continue to move, drag ourselves. No more taste in chanting. We are not reading again. We just continue because we take Krishna Prasada and go to the temple, but not so much strong desire for spiritual life. We just need to face one big obstacle. Finish, you are gone. Because there's no strong attachment for practice again. So we have to take note of this. It's very, very important, okay? Let's go to 37. Arjuna Vacha. Ayati Shadaya Yopito Yakshaletar Manasa Aprapya Yoga Samsiddhim Kam Gatim Krishna Gachati. Very nice one. Krishna said, Arjuna said, "Oh Krishna, what is the destination of an unsuccessful transcendentalist who in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desist due to worldly mindedness, and thus does not attain perfection in mysticism?" So because Arjuna is a very, very, very intelligent and wonderful devotee, because he knew that the process that Krishna have already described is a very difficult process. And he knows that, you know, there's going to be challenges, you know, giving up everything, you know, going to seclusion, meditating. And we have read from the scripture also, as though so many of those yogis are distracted from the path. We have read. So Arjuna knew that this, surely there's going to be obstacle on the part of such a secluded yogi. You know, because sometimes Indra will just send some apsara to go and test you. And then before you know, you just hear chickering, you already fall. You know, you're giving up your practice, you throw the bead one corner and say, we'll chant tomorrow. Let's go and gratify our senses now. You know? No, the senses is always like that. Immediately, immediately something to enliven the senses, the material enlightenment come. I bet make I drop the chanting first. Tomorrow I will chant. Make I go do this one. Sometimes we face this kind of temptation. So Arjuna knew that this process that Krishna has given is a very difficult one. Only very few people can really follow this process. Only very few people. And so he's asking, Krishna, what is your insurance policy? You say people should practice the difficult parts. Is there any insurance for them? Do you insure them? What is going to happen to them? And Krishna, in the next few verses, Krishna will start giving the insurance policy for those who have tried their best on this part. Mark you, we are talking about those who have tried their best, not those who have not started. Some of you have not started. You have not performed Ekadasi for 1 year. You have not taken vow for performing Ekadasi for 1 year. You have not chanted your 16 round for 20 years. You have not even started. Some of you have not started. Have you chanted your round consistently for 20 years before? Then you start going to Maya. You have not. You have not taken some serious determination to practice. So you have not, some of us have not started. Are you getting my point? We remember when some of us are brahmachari. At least those times we know we chanted for many years, observe Ekadasi for many years. So we have done some. When Arjuna is asking this question, he's asking this question on our own benefit because we have done something. But some of us, we have not started. You have not observed celibacy for a number of years. You have not chanted your rounds for 20 years consistent without no fail. You have not observed Ekadasi for like maybe 10 years or 15 years. You have not done some serious spiritual practice. So don't count yourself among. I know some of you are already counting yourself among. Unless you have done spiritual practice for 10 years, 20 years, 15 years without no fail, don't count yourself among. Let me bust your bubble. Because when you go into the scripture, when you hear about unsuccessful yogi, it means a yogi who have practiced for like 10,000 years. We can say, okay, their own 10,000 years, we can bring it to 10 years of our own time. Okay, their own 20,000 years, you can bring it to our 20 years of our own time. So if you have seriously practiced spiritual life for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and something happened in the way, then you'll be categorized under this. But if you have not practiced for that such long time, and you are counting yourself among, my brother, my sister, you are joking now. Okay? You better go and start now. Start counting your own years from now. Go and start. You start chanting 16 rounds without faith for 10 years. Observing Ekadasi without faith for a number of years. Studying the scripture scrutinizingly for a number of years without fail. Then you have already accumulated all the piety that Arjuna is asking on behalf of unsuccessful yogi here. So let's go to the purport. Somebody read.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
The path of self-realization or mysticism is described in the Bhagavad Gita. The basic principle of self-realization is knowledge that the living entity is not this material body, but that he is different from it, and that his happiness is in the eternal life. Eternal life, bliss, and knowledge. These are transcendental, beyond both body and mind. Beyond both body and mind. Self-realization is sought by the path of knowledge, by the practice of the Eightfold System, or by Bhakti Yoga. In each of these processes, one has to realize the constitutional position of the living entity, his relationship with God, and the activities whereby he can re-establish the lost link and achieve the highest perfectional stage of Krishna consciousness. Following any of the above-mentioned three methods, one is sure to reach the supreme goal sooner or later. This was asserted by the Lord in the second chapter. Even a little endeavor on the transcendental path offers a great hope for deliverance.
Who can tell me what verse is this in chapter 2? If you get it, you get a gift. Without opening the book, what verse is this in chapter 2? Open to 240. Let's see what is there. Open to 240 and read. Satan Krishna will say we should on our video. You see, some people are disturbing their master. If they say we didn't on our video now, she will just go with people.
240.
Yes.
In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear.
So that Prabhupada is quoting that verse in that. Sometimes when you are reading the scripture and Prabhupada is speaking, you should be able in your mind go to where Prabhupada is speaking from. So we have to study the scripture in that way so that we can be able to connect. So continue. I want to just draw our attention to that 240. It's a very nice verse. You should memorize them. You can, keep them in your jotter. Okay, let's continue. Continue from where you stopped.
Okay. So this was asserted by the Lord in the 2nd chapter. Even a little endeavor on the transcendental path offers a great hope for deliverance. Out of these 3 methods, the path of Bhakti Yoga is especially suitable for this age because it is the most direct method of God realization. To be doubly assured, Arjuna is asking Lord Krishna to confirm his former statement. One may sincerely accept the path of self-realization, but the process of cultivation of knowledge and the practice of the Eightfold Yoga system are generally very difficult for this age. Therefore, despite constant endeavor, one may fail for many reasons. First of all, one may not sufficiently serious about the following the process. To pursue the transcendental path is more or less to declare war on the illusionary energy.
Let's stop there. I'm very happy that Prabhupada mentioned this in the purport. See, he said, therefore, despite constant endeavor, one may fail for many reasons. And he gave number one reason. Number one reason is that one may not be sufficiently serious about following the process. Like I said, when I was discussing that time, many of us were not sufficiently convinced about the part of devotional service. In the beginning, we came, we loved the philosophy, we joined, we like association of devotee, we take a prasadam, but we are not sufficiently convinced to really chant our round every day, 16 rounds minimum. We are not convinced to do that. Some of us, we are not convinced to scrutinize and study our scripture. Some of us are not like that. We are not convinced to do that. We are not convinced to follow the vrats, like fasting on the appearance day of the Lord or fasting on Ekadasi. We are not convinced to do that. So that's what Prabhupada is saying here. First of all, one may not be sufficiently serious about following the process. So we have to take note. It's very, very important. And I said to pursue the path is more or less to declare war on the illusory energy. So immediately you say you want to follow spiritual life, spiritual path, you are declaring war against the illusory energy of Krishna. And when you declare war against your enemy, you should expect the worst. Yes, now, if you are friend with your enemy, no problem. You people will sleep, you eat together. There's no problem. But the day you declare your enemy, say you are my enemy. Now I'm not going to follow you. I'm not going to follow your directive again. Then you should be ready for the worst. So immediately you come to the spiritual part, you are directly declaring war against illusory energy of Krishna. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that, like Prabhupada mentioned in this purpose, first of all, some of us are not sufficiently serious to follow the process. Let us be serious to chant our 16 rounds every day. That is the beginning. That is the beginning. Let us start chanting our 16 rounds every day. Many of us, we have taken vow when we got initiation that we are going to chant minimums of 16 rounds. Only that day that we took that vow, that was the only day we chanted 16 rounds. Other days, we are struggling. We have not chanted again. Because we think that our Guru Maharaj is not seeing us. No. You are not chanting for your Guru Maharaj. Even though you have promised your Guru Maharaj you are going to chant, it's for your own spiritual benefit. Whether you chant or you don't chant, your Guru Maharaj will go back to Godhead. But what about you? What will be your position? So it's for your own spiritual benefit. So some of us are not sufficiently convinced enough why we should do what we are doing. That's why I'm always emphasizing that understanding the scripture is very, very important, because if you don't understand, you will not be able to apply. Understanding is directly equal to application. If you don't apply, if you don't understand, you cannot apply. So finish it, Prabhu, finish it. Whenever.
Yeah.
Consequently.
Hare Krishna. Consequently, whenever a person tries to escape the clutches of the illusory energy, she tries to defeat the practitioner by various allurements. A conditioned soul is already allured by the modes of material energy, and there is every chance of being allured again, even while performing transcendental disciplines. This is called Yoga Chalita Manasa, deviation from the transcendental path. Arjun is inquisitive to know the results of deviation from the path of self-realization. Hare Krishna.
So Arjuna wants to know. Arjuna is a very sincere and serious devotee. On our behalf, he's asking this very wonderful question that we are going to be appreciating. You know, but we should not say, okay, because, okay, if I deviate, then I will get this, I already got some insurance policy from Krishna. So no, we should try to follow to the end. We should try to finish. Why should we deviate? Some of us, let us start from tomorrow. Go back to start to chant our 16 rounds, minimum every day. Let's try, struggle. Prabhupada gave us a very simple process. When he was a Grihastha, how he does his chanting, you know. Prabhupada said that when I was a Grihastha, I took a vow to chant 4 rounds before taking any of my meal. You know, before taking breakfast, Prabhupada would chant 4 rounds. Before lunch, 4 rounds. Before dinner, 4 rounds. Before going to bed, 4 rounds. That way, chant 16 rounds. It shows the process of how to break it down. You know, but best to chant, you know, maximum numbers of rounds in the morning because it's more calm. Mind is calm that time. So I'm emphasizing on this because we are hearing about unsuccessful yogi. Some of us have not even started. We have not started. Like I said, if you have chanted your 16 rounds, you can boast and hit your charts that I've chanted my 16 rounds minimum for 10, 20 years. Then you have done something, you know, tangible. But if you have not been able to do that for continuously 10, 20 years, you have not been able to finish your rounds. And you cannot even boast, you don't know the day you finish your round last. My brother and my sister, it's like you are like a car that fuel has finishing inside the car. The car is just moving because it's on a slopy ground. The day you hit the hill, that is the end of the movement of the car. The car will not move again. Okay, any big obstacles or challenge, you will criticize everybody and go back to your former life. Because there's so many reasons to criticize everybody. They are like this, they are like that. You find so many faults. Before you know, you take back your old lifestyle. So let's continue. I don't already asked the question, what happened to Yoga Chalita Manasa, one who deviated due to not successful. Then the second one, it says in 38, Kaschino Vaya Vibrasta, China Brahm Ivana Syati, Apratishto Mahaba Vimuda Brahmana Pati. Almighty Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a raven cloud with no position in any sphere? So Arjuna wants more clarification that this person who are taken to spiritual path are not successful. Because for him to take the spiritual path means that he has given up material path. So it means that both spiritual and material success, there's nothing for him because he gave up material path to follow spiritual path. But in the spiritual path also, he's not successful. Is it not that he already lost everything? Arjuna gave a nice analogy of the cloud, you know. Is it not the purport? Let's see what purport explained in the purport. Someone else read.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
There are two ways to progress. Those who are materialists have no interest in transcendence. Therefore, they are more interested in material advancement by economic development or in promotion to the higher planets by appropriate work. When one takes to the path of transcendence, one has to cease all material activities and sacrifice all forms of so-called material happiness. If the aspiring transcendentalist fails, then he apparently loses both ways. In other words, he can enjoy neither material happiness nor spiritual success. He has no position. He is like a raven cloud. A cloud in the sky sometimes deviate from a small cloud and join a big one. But if it cannot join a big one, then it is blown away by the wind and becomes a non-entity in the vast sky. The Brahmana party is the path of transcendental realization through knowing oneself to be spiritual in essence, part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, who is manifested as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Lord Sri Krishna is the fullest manifestation of the Supreme Absolute Truth, and therefore one who is surrendered to the Supreme Person is a successful transcendentalist. To reach this goal of life through Brahman and Paramatma realization takes many births, Bahunam Janmanam Ante. Therefore, the supermost part of transcendental realization is Bhakti Yoga or Krishna consciousness, the direct method. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. See, Krishna, I will continue to clarify his question, to throw more light on his question in this verse by asking Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material? So Arjuna wants to know, is it not that the best thing? Because for you to, if you really want to follow spiritual path, you have to give up material path. Material enjoyment, they go heal together. You cannot mix them together. So Arjuna want to know, somebody who has given up everything to follow spiritual path and is not successful, is it not that he has missed both material and spiritual? There's a nice verse quoted in the Srimad Bhagavatam. We're going to see that in the purport of text 40. Very nice verse by Nada Muni.
When we get to text 40, we'll read that in the purport. Okay, so let's continue. 39. So Arjuna continue to speak here. Etame samshaya Krishna chetu aharasya chesata tvanya samyasya chetanai upapadyate. This is my doubt, O Krishna, and I ask you to dispel it completely. But for you, no one is to be found who can destroy this doubt. Arjuna wants to know. Arjuna is asking on our benefit. Arjuna already knew that he's not going to practice mystic yoga because he's a Kshatriya. Well, he's asking for our own benefit, yeah, for the benefit of us. Okay, so Krishna explained in the purport. Krishna is the perfect knower of past, present, and future. In the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord said that all living entities existed individual in the past, they exist now in the present, and they continue to retain individual identity in the future, even after liberation from the material entanglement. So he has already cleared up the question of the future of the individual living entity. Now Arjuna wants to know of the future of the unsuccessful transcendentalist. No one is equal to or above Krishna. Certainly the so-called great sages and philosophers who are the mercy of material nature cannot equal him. Therefore, the verdict of Krishna is the final and complete answer to all doubts, because he knows past, present, and future perfectly. But no one knows him. Krishna and Krishna devotee alone can know what is what. This is a very nice verse. He said, Krishna say here that therefore the verdict of Krishna is the final and complete to all that, because he knows past, present, and future perfectly. You can tell me from which verse Prabhupada is quoting this verse. Very subtle. You can tell me the verse, you get $10,000.
Yes, please, Prabhu. I didn't get the question well.
The question is there towards the end of the purpose there. I said if you get it, you get $1,000.
No, I mean, I didn't hear the question you have asked. What is the question, please?
Read it. Read the last purport. I said that is the question. Where is it from? Where is Papa talking that from? You can make your search. If you can search. I'll give you 2 minutes to search. Let's see who will get it. Already the time for getting the money is already passed. Now for your knowledge, search. The time for money is already passed now, because I know that many of you are searching now. Okay, now you can search and give me the answer. Oh yeah, everybody open to Bhagavad Gita 7:26. You can write it down also, because this is for your preaching application. Bhagavad Gita 7:26. If you see it, read it very loudly.
Please, you said 7:26. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Read it very loudly.
Oh, Arjuna.
Okay, go on.
Oh, Arjuna. As the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, or that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me no one knows. Hare Krishna.
So Prabhupada, read the last purport of that one we just read now and tell me whether it's not the same.
Yes, Prabhu, you're all right.
You see, Prabhupada in his book is always quoting Krishna. Sometimes we put the verse there, sometimes he may not put it, but it's still talking, he's saying what Krishna is always quoting Krishna. Like I pointed to the one on 240 that time, he didn't mention 240, but it was speaking from what Krishna said in 240. Now, Krishna Prabhupada is directly quoting 7:26.
what Krishna said there. Okay, so that is for Prabhupada. It's always Krishna conscious. In his purpose, that is why his purpose is always Krishna conscious. You cannot read Srila Prabhupada's book and you don't become lover of Krishna. You cannot. You cannot try it. When you read Srila Prabhupada's books, you will just develop love for Krishna, because everything in his purpose is to make you Krishna conscious, to develop love for Krishna. It's all about bhakti, devotion to Krishna, and nothing else. That is Prabhupada, because Prabhupada is bhakti personifying himself. He's full of bhakti. So he sees nothing but bhakti. So he said nothing but bhakti, devotion to Krishna, love for Krishna. So when you read Prabhupada's books, that is why it's very, very important for us to study Srila Prabhupada's books scrutinizingly, because when you read it, there's no how you study Srila Prabhupada's book, you will not be inspired to practice devotional service. There's no how. There's no how. You will study Srila Prabhupada's book and you will not be serious. If you are studying Srila Prabhupada's book and you are not serious in spiritual life, then something is wrong with you. There is no one who is studying Srila Prabhupada's books and will not be serious in spiritual life. No one. No one. I've not seen that person on this surface of earth. You are scrutinizing studying Srila Prabhupada's books and you are not serious. I don't see. So if you are not serious in spiritual life, you are not serious on the part of devotional service, means that you are not studying Srila Prabhupada's books. It's very simple. Is that clear?
Yes,
now, let's go to test 40. So Krishna now is going to respond to Arjuna's question. Arjuna has asked various questions. One successful yogi, whether he will not be missing material enjoyment and spiritual success. So Krishna, I want to know, because only you can clear my doubts. You know past, present, and future. You know everything. So I want you to tell me what will happen to such person in the future. So Arjuna is asking Krishna because he knows that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He knows the future. So Krishna is going to now answer Arjuna in this text. Okay? Shibhagabanuvacha Partha naiveha namotra vinashastasya vidyate nai kanyan kre kaschi dugatim tata gacchati. Shibhagabanuvacha Partha naiveha namotra Vinashastasya vidyate nai kanyana kridikaschi dugatim tatagacchati. Translation. The Supreme Personality of God has said, "O son of Pritha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activity does not meet with destruction, either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil." That is the insurance policy of Krishna. Your insurance cover you. Practice devotional service seriously. Insurance cover you. Don't be afraid. Insurance cover you. Let us practice seriously. Insurance cover us. Okay? We should not be scared. Don't think that when you become serious spiritually, you will miss material enjoyment. No, that is foolishness. Your karma of this, your body, you are going to get it anyway, anyhow. So when you practice spiritual life very seriously, you are preparing yourself for your future life. Whatever you are going to get in this body is already destined. Krishna is not going to tamper with that. The only thing Krishna will tamper with is to remove your suffering. But every other thing he will give you. But whatever you are doing now, you are preparing your future. Like what is said here. Okay, so Krishna is saying, answering this, he said, transcendentally engaged in auspicious activity does not meet with destruction, either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. You understand? Prabhupada, indirectly in the beginning of the purport, Prabhupada quoted that verse from Narada Muni. I love that verse. Apako, Bajan Apako, Ta Patet Yato Tato Yadi. Even though if somebody fall down because of his spiritual immaturity, that is our word, Apako. Apako means immature. Someone who is not matured. So one can fall in spiritual life because of immaturity.
That's the only reason why you can fall. So in this verse that quoted by Prabhupada, it's mentioned there that even though if someone falls because of his spiritual immaturity, still there is no loss. So I always, reading this particular verse from the Bhagavatam, I always encourage the devotee. When you close your eyes to material life and just blind your eyes to material life and just dive deep and become fanatic, not so fanatic that you start committing offenses, but I mean, you become so strict about practicing spiritual life. You just dive into spiritual life and think of nothing else. There is no loss for you, my brother. You are not missing anything. The only thing you are missing there is sin. You are not missing anything. The only thing you're going to be missing is sin, sinful life. Nothing else. Just close your eyes to material life and dive in. So what I always say is that when you become 100% spiritual, there is no harm. But when you become 100% materialistic, you are creating problem for yourself. So instead of it to be 100% materialistic, you can do 50-50. But if you become 100% spiritual, there is no loss. Any comment, question? Then we can read the purport.
Can I read?
Mother, is there?
Can I read?
Okay, Mother, go. I was asking for question and ask a question first. Then if there's no question,
Okay.
then there's no any question or comment. Okay, Mother, in the absence, you can read.
Okay. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.17, Sri Narada Muni instructs Vyasadeva as follows: Tyaktva swadharma sharanam bhujamhara bhajan apakota.
Mother, let me help you. Let me help you with the Sanskrit.
Okay.
Swadharma sharana bhujamhare bhajan apakota patet tato yadi yatta kwa vabhadrama bodhamusyakim kovartapto bhajatam swadharmataha. You can continue now.
If someone gives up all material prospects and takes complete shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no loss or degradation in any way. On the other hand, a non-devotee may fully engage in his occupational duties and yet not gain anything. For material prospects, there are many activities, both scriptural and customary. A transcendentalist is supposed to give up all material activities for the sake of spiritual advancement in life, Krishna consciousness. One may argue that by Krishna consciousness, one may attain the highest perfection if it is completed. But if one does not attain such a perfectional stage, then it loses both materially and spiritually. It is enjoined in the scriptures that one has to suffer the reaction of not executing prescribed duties. Therefore, one who fails to discharge transcendental activities properly becomes subjected to these reactions. The Srimad Bhagavatam assures the unsuccessful transcendentalist that there need be no worries. Even though he may be subjected to the reaction for not perfectly executing prescribed duties, he is still not a loser because auspicious Krishna consciousness is never forgotten, and one so engaged will continue to be so even if he is low-born in the next life. On the other hand, one who simply follows strictly the prescribed duties need not necessarily attain auspicious results if he is lacking in Krishna consciousness. The purport may be understood as follows. Humanity may be divided into two sections, namely the regulated and the non-regulated. Those who are engaged simply in bestial in bestial sense gratification without knowledge of their next life or spiritual salvation belong to the non-regulated section. And those who follow the principles of prescribed duties in the scriptures are classified amongst the regulated section. The non-regulated section, both civilized and non-civilized, educated and non-educated, strong and weak, are full of animal propensities. Their activities are never auspicious because while enjoying the material propensities of eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, they perpetually remain in material existence, which is always miserable. On the other hand, those who are regulated by scriptural injunctions and who thus rise gradually to Krishna consciousness certainly progress in life. Those who are following the path of auspiciousness can be divided into three sections, namely, 1, the followers of scriptural rules and regulations who are enjoying material propensities. 2, those who are trying to find ultimate liberation from material existence. And 3, those who are devotees in Krishna consciousness. Those who are following the rules and regulations of the scriptures for material happiness may be further divided into 2 classes. Those who are fruitive workers and those who desire no fruit for sense gratification. Those who are after fruitive results for sense gratification may be elevated to a higher standard of life, even to the higher planets, but still, because they are not free from material existence, they are not following the truly auspicious path. The only auspicious activities are those who lead one to liberation. Any activity which is not aimed at ultimate self-realization or liberation from the material bodily concepts of life is not at all auspicious. Activity in Krishna consciousness is the only auspicious activity, and anyone who voluntarily accepts all bodily discomforts for the sake of making progress on the path of Krishna consciousness can be called a perfect transcendentalist under severe austerity. And because the Eightfold Yoga system is directed towards the ultimate realization of Krishna consciousness, such practice is also auspicious, and no one who is trying his best in this matter need fear degradation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mother. So all what we need to hear has been mentioned, especially towards the end of the purport. So Prabhupada is saying activity in Krishna consciousness is the only auspicious activity, and anyone voluntarily accept all bodily discomfort for the sake of making progress on the path of Krishna consciousness can be called a perfect transcendentalist under severe austerity. And because the Eightfold Yoga system is directed towards the ultimate realization of Krishna consciousness, such practice is also auspicious. And no one who is trying his best in this matter need fear degradation. So if we are trying our best to follow the 4 regulative principles Prabhupada has given us, to chant our minimum of 16 rounds, studying the scriptures, following, fasting on the appearance and disappearance day of the devotees and the appearance day of Krishna, of the Lord, observing Ekadasi. Anyone who is seriously following this should not be afraid of degradation. That's what Prabhupada is saying in the purport. So if you are trying to, Prabhupada mentioned also, he said, any activity which is not activity in Krishna consciousness is the only auspicious activity, and anyone who voluntarily accepts all bodily discomfort. So all these things we are practicing devotional service may not be comfortable for the body, like waking up in the morning to chant or to attend Magalati may not be very wonderful, may be bodily discomfort. But a devotee who is seriously making spiritual advancements, we take all this bodily discomfort just to make advancement in spiritual life. So Prabhupada is telling us, if we are able to take all this austerity, we should not be fear of what will happen to us in the future or what will happen to us in our next life. The only person who is always afraid of future is those people who are not serious. If you're not serious in spiritual life, your future will scare you to death. If you're not serious in spiritual life, your future, thinking about your future will scare you to death. So the more we become serious in spiritual life, the more we become secure because of the insurance policy of Krishna covering us. Okay? Is Stephen Govinda in meditation? Or are you with us? Are you already practicing the mystic yoga system?
No problem. I'm here.
I was thinking maybe you already started practicing the mystic yoga system. You want to take it very serious just now. It's okay. Any question? Let's discuss now. 15 minutes. Let's stop here. I don't want to rush it. It's very straight to continue next weekend from 41. Let's go into the purport and ask question. Krishna Bamini, you always come and go. We didn't see you yesterday. Tell us. You want to ask any question? You have hiding your face again. On your camera, let's see your face.
I'm outside. There's no network here.
I'm hearing you very clearly.
You're hearing me very clearly because my video is not on.
No, see, if you're not speaking, if you're on your video, there's no problem. Even though if your network is not strong, it's only when you want to speak, then it will be.
It's just that I don't want to distract anybody with the people passing and all. That's why I put it off.
Okay, it's okay. Just make sure that you're 100% with us, okay?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. So any
I went out yesterday. That's why I did not come for it. I told Jamas.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you for coming.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So I would like to confirm something.
Yeah, please go ahead.
And actually, it's also coming from the thoughts concerning the answer you gave me yesterday, the question I asked. So,
okay.
In Srila Prabhupada purport, he have mentioned several times that the soul is always active. Like he said that in conjunction with people who want to emerge with the Brahma Jyoti. So he made us understood that the soul is always active. So which means there's always activities going on. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is or let's say in the Krishna book, there are stories where in the Goloka Vrindavan, gopis fight among themselves who want to serve Krishna better. So it's like the activities we are having here on earth, it's happening on all the higher planets, including the supreme planet.
They are not fighting themselves.
Yeah, actually, it's like there is some kind of...
Use another word.
Yeah.
Competition.
Actually, they are in competition. Yeah, they are in competition.
They may fight. But that's spiritual word. They may fight too.
Actually.
They fight ourselves.
Yes. So the confirmation is these activities never end. So for a devotee not to become bewildered when the activities get tense, is only to surrender to Krishna. So we become undisturbed or unshakable. I want to confirm if this is right.
Come again. My mind went somewhere when you were towards. So always finish your question. I was not with you.
So the confirmation I'm trying to derive is all these activities are happening. Some are very sorry to use the word. Some get nasty sometimes because accidents happen and there's so much blood and people lament over seeing those things. And demigods in the higher planet, they sometimes they fight among the demons, all this drama. So for a devotee not to bewildered by all these activities is to completely surrender to Krishna and become an observer, or not become disturbed by all these activities. I want to ask if this is right.
I didn't get your question.
Okay, so my question is, okay, how do we become undisturbed or unshaken in the midst of all this big and small drama that is happening? How
drama?
do we
Which drama?
The activities of the world and in the spiritual world? You know, sometimes some is beautiful and some is a bit bloody, and sometimes like, let's say, we explained in the previous verses that illusion, Maya tries to allure us with material enjoyment, and we despair devotional life. So all these activities that is happening, our own our benefit or our treatment is completely surrender to Krishna, so that all these things we don't get affected.
Yes.
I want to ask if this is right.
And that is right. You're right. When you surrender to Krishna, you don't get distracted. You don't get affected. You're right. It's not, see, when you say, maybe what you are not getting right is that when you say you don't get distracted when you surrender to Krishna, doesn't mean that you will not come with this, you will not come across distracting situations. It's not like that. Surely they will come. Like a very good example of Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur was chanting the holy name of Krishna. And somebody became envious of him. Say, who is this guy? Say, everybody is respecting him, paying respect for him. He went to a prostitute house. You see, he's making plans to bring him down. He consciously planning. He went to the prostitute house. He looked for the best prostitute. He said, who among you can do this job? And one very bold and courageous one came out. Me, I will do it. I'm very beautiful. Don't worry. Just give me only one night. You know, only one night is enough. But see, that first night, don't come. Don't send your boys. Let me enjoy with him for that first night. The second night, then you can send your boys. That time already work is done. So she's very, very, very confident that she's going to get the job done. Haridas Thakur. He was chanting. This girl came, pay obeisances to him. Haridas Thakur was not hungry. Say, a beautiful girl coming, or he already knows that they're sending. He already knew that he was sent to distract him, but he was not disturbed. He welcome her very nicely. Oh, how are you? Oh, sit down. Oh, sorry, please. I've taken a vow to chant some number of rounds. So please, don't mind, eh? Please just sit down. Let me finish my rounds. I will enjoy with you, because the girl told her he has come to enjoy with him. Say, don't worry, I will enjoy. He didn't say, oh, get out of here, Maya. You're Maya. Get out of here. No. Haridas is not say like that. It's not that says, sit down. You know, I'm going to enjoy with you, but I've taken a vow to chant a number of rounds. I have to finish this my round. Please, forgive me. And the lady sat down. So what I'm trying to bring out from this story is that just because we surrender to Krishna doesn't mean that there will not be distracting situations. But because you are surrendered to Krishna, those distracting situations will not affect you. Become a stepping stone for you to make further advancement in spiritual life. So don't think that, okay, when I surrender to Krishna, everything will be sweet and smooth. Na lie. Okay? We have read it in the scriptures, whether it be it in Bible or our scriptures, Shema Bhagavatam, and all our Puranas. Immediately you want to surrender to God, Maya will come to test you. So it's not that there will not be up and downs when you surrender to Krishna, or there will not be distraction situation, there will not be, tempting situation. No. But the the challenge is that, are you going to stick to the surrendering process? Are you going to, develop strong faith in Krishna and keep surrendering? Or you are going to complain and you give up? Because there is so many things to complain about why you should give up. So many things to complain about. All these devotees self. See all of them, see this one, see that one. You will find so many situations to complain about. Because we are in the material world. Kali dosha nide rajan. It is mentioned that this age of Kali is age that is full of faults. Kali dosha is full of faults. So if it is faults you are looking for, my brother, my sister, you go see them plenty. Plenty. You go see them, you go tire yourself. Even a fault where you want to see you go see and tire. So the perfect situation is that we should not be distracted by all these so-called distracting situations. We should just stay focused on the process. What is the process? The process is the chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. That is the process. Situation to distract us will be plenty, unlimited, because we are in the material world. It's just like you are in the water and you say you don't want to get wet. Who are you? You are in the material world. Nobody is promising you peaceful situation in this material world. Krishna said, Dukalaya Masashwatam. This place is a miserable place. Krishna did not promise anyone that this place is going to be very wonderful for anyone, whether you are my devotee or not. He didn't give any such promise. I've not seen any, I've not come across such promises in the Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. Krishna never gave such promise. But Krishna gave you that confidence that don't worry. Open to Bhagavad Gita 1850. Is it 58? Open to 58. Bhagavad Gita 1858. Krishna did not promise that you are not going to make challenges in this material. He don't give us such promise.
Gary.
You have seen it?
Okay.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
I already very loudly. Let us go here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Gandhari, you can read it.
Read.
Okay, mother, thank you. 1858. If you become conscious of me, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life.
Wait there. Let me do like our pastor's brothers now. Wait there. What did Krishna say there? If you become conscious of me, you will do what?
You pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace.
Did Krishna tell you that there's not going to be obstacle? Did he say that in that verse?
No.
What did he say? What did he say?
He said you'll be able to pass over it, all the obstacles.
By who? By what?
By my grace. Sorry, by my grace.
My grace. Yes. Continue.
If, however, you do not walk in such consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost.
Thank you very much. So Krishna never gave us false promises, okay? He knows what he has created. He knows that the spiritual world is where the real happiness is and everything is there. Whatever we're looking for here is not here. It's there in the spiritual world. So he's not giving us any false promises here about here. He already told us very clearly, this place is a place of miseries. Just try to, whatever situation you face, be conscious of me and try to surrender to me. Just try to get, one way or the other, try to get out of here and be attached to me. When you come to my place, then you get the situation, perfect situation you are looking for. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that Krishna is mentioning in this verse, if you become conscious of me, you will pass through all obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. So there's so many obstacles and distracting situations in this material world. Starting from our organization, politics, devoting, fighting, backbiting, gossiping. If you are not careful, you become distracted and start blaming and talking bad about the organization. But all these things is like kind of obstacles. If you are thinking so much about all these things, you forget Krishna. Because the process is chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The goal is Krishna. Take note. The process is chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and hearing about Krishna. The goal is Krishna. The organization is to facilitate the hearing and chanting about Krishna. But some or the other, wherever 1, 2, 3 human beings gather together, there's going to be politics. So be careful so that you don't be distracted by the politics human being plays, so that you don't miss the process. What is the process again?
Hearing and chanting.
Hearing and chanting about Krishna. Hearing about and chanting about Krishna is the process. We should not let anything in the organization distract us from the process. We should not miss the process. The process is hearing and chanting. We should take note. Hearing and chanting is the process. Anything that will make us to lose faith in the process, we will miss the goal, which is Krishna. So we should be very careful. Let us take the process very seriously. Let us hear and chant about Krishna every day. Keep to our vows of following the 4 regulatory principle, chanting minimum of 60 rounds, and hearing about Krishna every day. That is the process. The goal is Krishna. Every other thing that is not going to help us in this is a distraction. And Krishna says if it's an obstacle, anything is not going to help us in this process is an obstacle. And Krishna says, if you become conscious of me, you will pass all obstacles by my grace.
Yes, you become conscious of me.
Yeah. So the point is that we have to become conscious of Krishna one way or the other. By chanting and hearing about Krishna, we have to be conscious of Krishna. That is the only way we are going to overcome all the obstacles that we are going to face on the path on our journey of spiritual life. There's going to be obstacles. Krishna did not promise us. When you read that verse again, Krishna did not promise us that everything is going to be smooth and sweet ride. No, there's no such promise. Because what we are going for is the topmost. Go and ask any businessman how they reach where they reach. They will tell you all the obstacles they have to face, challenges. So anytime you are going for anything good, it's not going to be easy. So why do you expect that in spiritual life? So we should be more serious because the spiritual one is eternal and ultimate. So we should take it more serious that this lifetime, Krishna, I will not give you hope. I must chant my 16 rounds every day and read about you every day. I will not give up. No matter whatever is going to distract me. No. I will not allow that. This Krishna consciousness, I will practice until I will be my last breath. You have to be very serious. Mother, you say what? So it's like that. So Krishna did not promise us easy ride. Krishna promised us that there will not going to be accident if you are conscious of him. He will protect us. That is his promise. He said, I will take care of you, don't worry. Well, he's not promising an easy ride because he knows that this material world is a place of miseries because he's designed it for us, okay? For those rebellious. For us to be here means that we are rebellious. So there's no easy ride for prisoners. Once you are in the prison, it means that you have committed. Once you find yourself in the prison, even though if you don't know why you find yourself in the prison, once you find yourself in that place, you know that land is not for gentlemen. So once you find yourself there, all the things where people they face there, you go face them. So it's like that. So the most important thing is that how to become a very nice person so that the prison security will take pity on you. This guy has become a good guy. upon all those guys, they punch him, they kick him, they collect him food. You see, they gentle. Don't go pity this guy, make him come out. You know, so because we are going to face all kind of tribulation in material life. So, but as long as we remain steady in Krishna consciousness and we faith is steady, you know, then we are sure of liberation at the end. That is what Krishna is telling us. Okay, so I think we'll stop here. I've already 5 minutes ahead of our time. So we'll continue next weekend.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for the clarification.
Yes, bro.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much,
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hey, Chaitanya Prima Prabhu, my Oga.
Babaji, all glories. Thank you very much. Thank you. We are very grateful.
I need to take the note of your feet too. You are looking very transcendental, Prabhu.
Forgive me, please. Keep it up, Hare Krishna.
All glory to you. Hare Krishna. So we'll see next weekend. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare.
So no, wait now. I have to give assignment too because I want us to read. So wait, you will not go without assignment. I want to know those who are not going to read again. I'm testing you, so I'm going to class those who are not going to read again next weekend. If you don't read, I will know. Because then when we say comment, you will not be able to comment because you didn't read. So the whole week, yeah, now, at least spend one hour every day for you to go and read. So next week, I want you to give a smooth and steady presentation from test what is that? 41 to 47. Okay, are you there?
Yes.
So what I'm giving now is that from 41 to 47, I want you to give a presentation, a 3 minutes presentation, focusing on Prabhupada's purport. Okay, when you are giving your presentation, this is how I want your presentation to be done. I'm giving you 5 minutes to give the presentation. You will say in verse number 41, Prabhupada, Krishna said like this, in the purport, you now emphasize what Prabhupada, the explanation in that purport. That is how you are going to do from 41 to 47. You pick, and you have 5 minutes to do this. You will read the verse to us, and you will say what Prabhupada says specifically that attract you in the purport. So that is what you are going to do for next weekend, from 41 to 47. Okay? So I don't want to hear say, so these circumstances or that situation did not allow me to read you. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There is no excuse. There is no what?
No excuse.
Yes, thank you very much. So from 41 to 47, you are going to do like this. Not so much, but you read the verse and you speak on what Prabhupada said in the purport that attracts you. Okay? Yeah. Okay, you're going to do like that from 1 to 7, 41 to 7. So Hare Krishna. Prabhupada, please.
Haribo. His Grace Kavi Kanapura Prabhu Ki. Hare Krishna devotees. Hare Krishna Prabhu Chaitanya Prima. Please accept my humble obeisances. Is there something?
Please, where are our certificates?
Yes. I want to follow Prabhu Kavi now as he's leaving, so I will meet him up now. But before then, I want to talk
because we need to.
I want to talk to the people here.
We need to start another one. Unless we issue the certificates for this one.
Okay, problem.
Huh?
Yes, problem.
You are Kavi, you are delaying.
Please forgive me. Forgive us. Hare Krishna. So, please, we need your support with your school fees, please. Please, we need your support. Majority of us are due for more than 2 months or 3 months. Please let us see to this. Hare Krishna.
Horrible.
Hare Krishna.
It's really better now.